Look at Crims. Crims. I love this gun. Somebody gave me one of these as a present. Very kind of them. And I called it Salad Gun. And I think I've sold it now. I don't think I've got it anymore. I just realized. Where's it gone? I want to look at my inventory. Where's my... Oh no, I sold it, Dan. I sold it. I sold the present.
That's good.
But I like it again. I might have to.
Ask Crims for his.
I've been using the Guardian pistol. Not Guardian from Na'Vi, as in the skin called Guardian. But the Salad Gun, I'm liking a Salad Gun now. Because it looks like salad, doesn't it? Like salad with some black pieces on it. He's even pressing display for us. How nice of him. Yes. Although I was considering P2000, but let's not be serious. I mean, let's be serious. Anyway, over to you, Dan. I'm drinking espresso. And then I'm going to buy a Salad Gun.
Well, that's lovely. Pistol round started. G2 on the T side, Fnatic on the CT side. And it's time for connect. Oh, okay, it's not the knife round. Because we've been doing those, I was confused. But it's not the knife round. So we're in to the aggression on sewers, and I love this play from Fnatic. It's one of the reasons why you see this play so commonly. You get to that B-bomb site really fast with the T-Sco there. Really nice. They get a couple kills out of it as well. And the bomb is going to go all the way through CT. I like this.
No, this is a mess, Dan. This is a mess. This is so weird. Look at Smiths. Please look at Smiths. I mean, this is completely absurd what I've just been witnessing on Smiths' POV. He went for the plant in the middle of the site, but there was no smoke. Normally you have a smoke there. There was a player on the balcony. He had to abort the plant and then just started running towards CT and somehow made his way towards A and planted it there instead. Body picking off Twisted before he can do it. This is so weird. Fnatic charging back into the site, 2 quick headshots, and now it's Scream with 2 headshots of his own. But he's heavily tagged. olofmeister is not touched, only a headshot required, and olofmeister will be the one to deliver it, but does he have time to defuse the bomb?
Yes.
That looked so crazy. It looked like an actual war happening, because, I mean, Smith basically did the gauntlet run behind and underneath enemy lines, with CTs above him in the balcony, just bolted it onto the A site. That was bonkers.
It makes so much sense because, again, like, Fnatic, they go for a very common metagame type play. It makes a lot of sense. You push connector, which means that if the Ts are going towards A, you run into them, you get their engagements. If they go B, you're already there as well. So beautiful from that perspective. But also, like, from the Ts, if you see that there are about 4 guys about to flank you and you lost 2 men already, just do it. Just get into A. It makes so much sense. I hope we see more of that. Anyway, we're not going to see much of round 2 because round 2 is crap, James. It sucks. It's a terrible round. It's a terrible round, and I'm glad we're done with it, and I hope we never see it again.
Round 3 is upon us, and so are the AKs, as are the AKs. Grenades being purchased by the T side. That is play-by-play and then some. They have bought grenades. Grenades are here.
I thought you were going for the David Attenborough again. They have bought grenades. And
negative.
We'll proceed.
That's all in the past now, Dan. We must look forward.
I like the David Attenborough, but Dennis likes to push. Look at the aggression. This is what we were talking about on the desk earlier. Like, stylistically, these teams both love to play the same style. They want to both play the same game. So chaos ensues. 3 versus 2. UMPs. Disco dot plan. He's got a UMP. So has Twist, by the way. And they hope to defend against AKs and a multitude of opponents.
Oh, the timing. He's not going to look back, is he? It's too late. That is a horrible situation for Doppland. Could have clutched around. Unfortunately, the numbers game was too great on the G2 side. Disco Doppland, formerly of Epsilon. Boom. Twist will try to hold on to his weapon. $1,400 is the first loss bonus that they will receive. What is that vest? That's gross. That vest is... Who would design that? That's a mess. Early victory for G2, the first buy round, the early buy round following the early plant. I wish you guys could have seen Smith's run. Honestly, it needed music along with it. It was hilarious. But I can only assume maybe he thought there was a smoke that was going to bloom when he went for that plant. then saw the player upstairs. I was like, oh, whoops. Nope.
I'm trying to think what music, but I think I know which music you'd need, but you need some slow motion with it.
I think Black Beauty theme tune,
I think...
which is a show about a horse, by the way. No, it's too slow.
But yeah, you slow it down a bit, and it makes it like amazing. Anyway, fast push in from G2 into the B-bomb sites, and Screamer's first man. I like how he pushed through so much adversity, through smokes, through flames, through bullets, through shrapnel, through insults.
He had a dream. What's that song? I had a dream. Would there be a boost from Fnatic? Olofmeister trying to find some players to burn. Nobody towards barrels at the moment, though. Flashbang coming in. Crims flashed as well. And we've got Dennis pushing through Monster. Smiths, he is somewhat isolated, but he's going to deliver a lovely headshot. And that might shut down the round. Olofmeister forced to abandon ship. Running into the bullets, but he should be fine. He should be okay. He should be all right.
Were you trying to go Jamaican there?
Yeah. Don't tell me that was bad. All right. It's easy to do that one. Al, just say al and then right. It's easy.
It's interesting because like the sort of like, I don't know how you describe the accent, but if you grow up in London these days, you do have like this or you gain this accent, unless you come from a very well-to-do family, which has those Jamaican influences on the accent, which is really interesting. Like some words you say with that accent. I don't even know what the accent's called.
Yeah, I can.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like I just kind of associate like a street accent, kind of the London street accent.
Yeah, I have normal accents and a street accent. It depends on what I'm talking about and who I'm talking to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and how angry I am as well. Changes quite a lot when I'm angry. The right bomb site has been picked by G2. Olofmeister has left his team to offer a sacrifice. He wants to hold on to his M4. Forced to get a pick already. Tries to slow down the advance. You see the hunt is on. Shoxy on the rotation, looking to charge up the ladder. It would be cool for Olof if he could get to ladder position before Shox could, because the angles. Oh man, that's brutal.
So do you get really posh or really street when you're annoyed?
It's not posh.
I am really quite annoyed. So, you
No.
know, that would be. I can imagine you going off like that.
No. No.
That's basically what, you know, I can't believe you've done this. That's why that's so amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's what that is. That's literally what that is.
Can't believe you've done this. No, that's not my kind of anger.
Okay. Can't believe you've done this. Okay. We'll experiment. We'll make you angry somehow.
I don't recommend it.
So body. Again, look at the aggression from both teams. Fnatic wants to push G2, and G2. This can almost be, in some senses, almost like a domestic matchup, because both teams, like, I mean, they want to fight because they know exactly the kind of positions one another is going to be playing. You can see that G2 just running around with so much confidence, running into these angles, just shooting the bullets and picking up the frags so far. And now they're 5 versus 3, and Fnatic, what can they do? It's just Twist alone against 5 players. Oh,
One for one. That's not enough. Ooh, the nade though. Oh, no Jikinjar Frazee for Dopplan. Forced to save again. A familiar story for Fnatic in the early rounds of overpass between these two sides. Having a look at the scoreboard, eventually, I will see that in the last 3 rounds, 10 players have survived for G2, so 50% success rate. That doesn't make any sense, actually. Ignore maths. Don't laugh at me like that.
So what's the last thing that made you really angry? Was it Producer Reese? You gotta think of it. He's thinking about it. He's like, oh, probably was.
Well, it's not easy. It's not easy for me to lose my temper, but and there are at least 2 levels of rage. Top level has been absent for a while, which is good. Keeping a lid on the volcano. What about you, Dan? You're not somebody who's known for being angry. Whereas I'm quite confrontational.
I don't get
comparison.
It's very rare that I get truly angry. Very rare. I'm quite chill.
Well,
generally,
this round's not going to be chill because G2 are charging into the B bomb site and they're looking for Arms House. Man advantage for the G2 side, and again Fnatic I mean, can they get into reasonable positions, not even good, but reasonable positions, quick enough to actually go for a retake here? Connector's well and truly shut down, as you can see. Shoxy with the off angle. So it's about Olofmeister and Dennis to draw him away from this position before Crims gets taken down.
Ooh, not going to work out. Crims, here he goes. Has he got a flashbang? Yeah, he's got 2 flashbangs there. I mean, obviously it's an option to use those for his teammates, but they don't need any help. Seemingly, nor does Crims. And wow, all the frags are made pretty easily. Fnatic, nice retake there. And that's the defuse coming in.
Olofmeister got the sickest 2K off camera with the AWP at extremely close range, including quick scopes. Unfortunately, too much action, too many places. But I mean, that was really an unfavorable position he was in, but he did nasty stuff, man, with the AWP. Nasty stuff. But I feel like Shox pushed the door. I think if Shox doesn't push the door, they win the round. But I think he pushed the door because he wants to abuse the numbers game by going elsewhere. He wants to make sure, see if anyone's in connect, and if no one's there, he wants to be elsewhere. Unfortunately, somebody was there, and it ended up being unfavorable. But I mean, yeah, Olofmeister's play was pretty damn sick. So far, so good for G2. Again, the fast play's working out, but Olofmeister back on the AWP might slow down the French side.
Let's look at again, just all these early engagements both teams want to have. Like, Olofmeister's experiencing all this aggression towards A, and that actually caused Twist to push Monster Tunnel. He picked up a frag with the AWP, and now he's backed away. All of a sudden, Fnatic 4 versus 2. Looking pretty good. Nice entry from Body. Body's been doing some good work here, but Smiths. Oh wow, Olofmeister not able to connect the no-scope, allowing a chance back into the round for G2. Smiths will be able to delay the bank position with that Molotov, and he can now promptly plant the bomb. And Body is just wrapping around the back, making sure the flank is covered. Is this plant open for Body? I don't think it is. I think that's a hidden plant. Is it not? And he's very dead. I'm surprised at the plant because, I mean, Smith came from toilets and Body was in toilets. Yet he didn't plant 4 toilets. He planted in a hidden spot. I'm not sure what the reason was at all, actually.
Who knows?
Because it was definitely knew it was clear. He must have done, surely.
It seems both these teams are willing to play for picks, and that is working out because this overpass is looking like a dust 2 at the moment. Double AWPs now coming out. Olofmeister and Twist will be scoping up. 5 AKs for G2. Dennis quite forward and on his own towards that long area. But will he have time to back off? He better hope he does. And Molotov might help out. Support is on the way as well, but they're forcing their way through the Molotov. That's not going to work out for G2. The trade coming in from Crims. Scream's there as well, though, and Crims got picked off by RPK. Look how fast these frags are!
Yeah, every round they just want to fight. It's brilliant to see. And you can see also it's something that Fnatic are very comfortable with. I think we talked a lot about this on the desk, and it's great to see that it's coming into fruition on Overpass. Because Overpass can be a very slow map for some teams, but not these 2 teams. Oh my god. Just popping out there. Scream getting it done. But now he's, I mean, obviously been spotted. I know where he is. Picks up the AWP, going for the next frag. Very smart stuff here from Disco Dotplan, just making sure that Scream cannot possibly catch him. And instead, they must force him to plant the bomb. That is one of the best ways for them to win the round. And in fact, Disco Dotplan is going all the way around the back into A long. Scream. My goodness. Is he going to go to B? Or is he just trying to check every corner here? He did have time to go to B if he wanted to, but obviously with 2 players left alive, it's whatever he does is a gamble. Massive gamble at that. Oh, spots 1. And he's going to go to B.
But he can't rotate anymore. Surely the rotate doesn't work anymore. But, I mean, maybe he gets himself to 1 versus 1. We've got only Twist only now is starting to rotate. Can he get to the high ground in time? He just about can't, but Scream might get stuck on the site. How does he escape now?
This is actually really smart by Scream. And we can talk about that maybe in a little bit because Twist is coming in, as is Disco Dotplan. Can Scream actually do this? He might be able to get 2 1-on-1s here. They don't know where he is. He's actually got the advantage from that perspective. And here comes the first frag. Second player spotted. Ooh. Disco Dotplan with a dink through the wooden panel. Finishes it off. And that is a very marginal round. And the reason why it's smart from Scream is because when the position that he saw that player in on A, which caused him to run around, was on the stairs. And that position typically is you're going to maybe think that that's going to be the guy from B. especially after you've already given your information that you were in that vicinity recently. So he must have just read that that was the rotation and instantly went for the rotation of himself to that B-bomb site.
The dink from Dopplan made Scream commit to the full spray. That was quite the round. Long finish after a brutal and violent start. 4 G2 players still got money in the bank. The bomb plant helps over towards the B-bomb site. Dopplan towards the barrels, got Twist in for support as well. It's going to make life hard for the lurker in that position. Twist doing huge damage. More frags through the smoke. That USP coming in, trying to get behind the player before he can see. Not going to work out, but Fnatic 3 versus 2 now. Dennis trying to trade once again. He will succeed. And Shoxy got 2 more to find. Knows where they both are. Trying to get the 1 versus 1s. Just giving Dennis a haircut there. 2K for Shoxy. Dennis did great work as well. And there's still buys coming from G2.
Actually, you know what makes me angry, James? People with no spatial awareness and who also walk very slowly in public.
This has come from where, Dan?
It's
I mean, why have you chosen this moment to tell us this?
Because there wasn't a moment to say anything previously.
Well,
it's just, I mean, stuff was happening in the game.
Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Problem shared is a problem halved. Maybe not a problem solved, though. G2 have had 3 plants in the last 4 rounds. So they're getting on the bomb sites with some difficulty in some respects, as we saw from Scream, but they're getting there. Dennis and Crims have a double tree play, I believe. But they're starting to move back, starting to reposition. We'll see if G2 go for the peak. Normally you'd see a flashbang, but being G2, they might just go for raw shots. Smith's Scream and Shocks, I think. Just the 1 man down. Trades for both sides.
Every round, James. Every round.
Twist and Shocks are on short. Oh, Twist going for the peak there. That's came out of retirement, came out of the garage workshop and got back into CS because he is a beast. Scream is searching for Twist. Twist, the name Twist, the word Twist makes me think of Chinese burns. Have you ever had a Chinese burn?
Yeah. I always thought it was just stupid.
I don't know what makes it Chinese.
Nor do I. It's just a stupid thing.
You weren't much fun on the playground, were you?
No, I played back in those days. I was playing Diablo 2. I was playing Warcraft 2. I was playing CS, EverQuest, Quake.
Not leaving the house. No Chinese burns.
All the games, man.
The closest you came to Chinese burn was probably Alta Vista search engine.
Is that a joke?
Well, it's an old search engine that no longer exists. That's why I mentioned that. I actually had an email address at Alta Vista, but then they said, oh, we're not doing email anymore. You've got a month to move all your stuff. I was very irritated at that. Fnatic on an eco once again. Looking to buy in the second last round of the half. 2 Deagles on the CT side. So far, so good. P250 putting in work. Dopplan has been dispatched. No disco for you. The ball has been broken. And again, we just descend into carnage, as we do in every round of this game.
It's just these 2 teams. You just put them together and combustion. You achieve combustion. Olafmeister can do something here, maybe. Nope. Never mind. Never mind.
Did you ever use the Alta Vista search engine?
No. I don't know what old search engine I used, actually. I imagine it was probably... I mean, Google came pretty quickly. Like, Google came out in like 2003, probably.
We'll come back to this, Dan. We'll come back to this. We will come back to the search engines. G2 on the high ground, and Fnatic looking at a 4-man aggression in this area. Crims getting this... Oh my god, what is going on? All right, well, 4 people are dead, and 3 of them are on Fnatic. This does not bode well for them at all.
Again, like, just it's funny how consistently it goes in the early rounds. Like, again, like, both teams just want to fight in the early rounds, and it's been like that. The entire story has been that. And Olafmeister now. Please, please, Olafmeister, please. Have mercy. Have mercy on these players and their transgressions.
Where's the trade? There's a T right there. There he is, RPK. Not peeking. And Scream will finish things off. Headshots delivered by Headshot Machines. 23 kills from Olaf Meister. Only good for 6 rounds. But, I mean, how do you even analyze that half?
How do you get 23 kills and your team gets only that many rounds? It's kind of insane.
Because you're playing people from France.
Yeah, that's true.
And they've got AKs. That's why.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
That's true. They're just running at you. That is a good point.
Right then, we have 5 Kevlars on G2, no defuse kits, no high explosive grenades. Crim's double flash smoke, and all the T's are going on the high ground the entire side. Body shocks and RPK all towards B. And Body's going straight through the B tunnel, and there is a full rotation from the rest of G2 towards the A site.
This is what Scream is made for, though. First frag, can he get something else? They're jumping all over the place, making his life truly difficult. Somehow, he still finds the second headshot there, which is very impressive. Oh my god, Dennis. If you blinked, you would have missed that one. Just erasing Smiths off the server. Smiths has been erased. And now Dennis is searching for his next opponents as he leads the charge towards long. And Crims watches the flank. Where's Crims going? Is he defected? Has he defected?
We've got mad P2000s now on the T side. RPK, Body, and Shocks, all P2000s. That extra bullets. Will it be enough? 8 in the hole for Shocks. Oh my god.
Just don't even try. That's my advice against Shocks with the pistol.
Now everyone alive has a P2000. When do you see this?
I feel like Shocks might be the best pistol player in the world at the moment. Because it's always like hard, you know, like it's always hard, isn't it, to say, because there are a few contenders for that title, you know, Forrest has commonly been one of those. But I just feel like in the last few months, Shocks is just consistently completely godlike with pistols.
That is a shot.
Yeah, it's a shot and a half.
I mean, Dennis is one of the challengers to that throne, that's for sure. But Shocks, it's hard to bet against him. I mean, like Shocks and Forrest, probably up there.
I mean, yeah,
Nico does things. Nico does nice things with Deagle, but I think the power of the pistol round plays has to be Shocks and Forrest. I mean, his devastating Deagles are against full buys. That's where they come into play. But as far as the pistol goes, pistol round, Shocks and Forrest. 2 of the guys who are up there, the P90 Slaughter. I'm a happy boy.
From Scream.
I will sleep well tonight.
Well, you know, I don't think that's true.
Probably won't know. I don't sleep well.
Did you sleep last night?
I did, yeah, I did. Yeah.
How much did you sleep?
Probably 5 hours.
What is that?
Maybe less than that, I don't know. I feel good today. I have energy.
I've really discovered that unless I get 8, I've tried even just with 7. I just always feel crap unless I get 8. It's just, it sucks. I wish I could operate on less sleep.
8 is a myth. 8 is a myth. P90 continues. Ooh. That's a nice pop flash. Although it is, you know, the audio cue is probably too close.
Yeah.
Which is an issue with that one.
Just making a fast round of this one. G2 just eating up the Fnatic players like it's Pac-Man. And they are the ghosts. And they've just eaten that pill. I don't know what that pill does, but it allows you to eat ghosts, which is pretty damn cool when you think about it.
Take a pill and eat ghosts. I'll pass.
I wonder what they call those, like what the Pac-Man terminology is for those pills. Are they just called pills? I don't know.
6 to 12. Fnatic have a lot of work to do to get back into this game. This is their opportunity. Will we see the violence that we saw in the first half? That's a question. Oh, Shock's going for Bardolph smoke. Hello. Hashtag Bardolph smoke. 4 Ts, and there are 4 Ts outside it as well. See, the problem for this, but they don't want to play close, which is pretty cool for G2. Oh, Body's looking away! Nasty surprise, had an AWP as well. Doing 2 jobs with 1 man. That's what leads to the downfall of companies. And that's allowed Fnatic into the site. G2 took a gamble I mean, but so did Fnatic. We'll get back to that. We'll see what the G2 can do. They've got the man advantage now. Shoxy going around the smoke. The smoke's too deep. That gives opportunity. And we've got the CT stacking as well. So many problems for Fnatic on this retake. They're not getting any frags. Now it's Crim's alone. He's outside Monster. A numbers game. Scream. There we go. Finishing things off. AKs can be collected. I wouldn't defuse the bomb too fast. But they will. They have a kit there as well, so we could have delayed that somewhat to pick up some more weaponry. But, I mean, yeah, they get the smoke down. But, I mean, maybe Fnatic had a read that G2 would not have anybody behind the smoke, because the problem with that smoke for the T's is that they can be seen through the tunnel well in advance. If you're a CT as far away from the tunnel as possible, the flash won't do as much damage. So it's very unfavorable for the T's to push through that. But maybe it's a team versus team read. Opening kill for Doppler.
This time it starts off well for the Fnatic. And that's nice to see for them. And Crims will push up along past the picnic. He will not stop for the sandwiches. He will continue. And Disco Doppler finds another one there. RPK challenging back into Connector. And it's not going too well here for G2. That said, a couple kills back from Shoxy. Oh my goodness, and things just spin on their head. We've got a 3 versus 2 in favor of the Frenchman now, as Dennis looks for that kill onto Shox, but he's going to smoke off Dennis. That's such an annoying issue to deal with. Where do Fnatic go now? They've lost the bomb, and they're down to just one man.
Body's been spotted while he was throwing a grenade. He's on the flank, Dennis looking for him. But it's Dennis versus 3. You can never count Dennis out. He's very good at clutching, very patient with the pistol play, with the tapping rather, not pistol play. But Scream has the better of it, gets the better of it. 14-6. The money is broken for Fnatic. We might see some Tech-9s. This might be a fast play towards B. I was expecting, to be honest, 2 Tech-9s, but Fnatic not quite at the point where they'll have the utility play of Dignitas, for example. There'll be lights on the grenades. It's one of the more delayed Molotovs. Body and RPK are close to Monster, which to me suggests a push is coming in from G2. Molotovs high and low around the connector area, and Smith and Scream are near the toilets, but they're starting to back off now.
It's a very passive opening from G2 this time around. They've got, I think, another boost going on the A-bomb site. And we'll see whether that actually helps them, because Fnatic are going in this direction. So Smith might be able to get something as Mr. Boosty.
There's a mad duel going on with Body and Olofmeister at the moment. Over towards the B bomb site. Body in a very aggressive position, just trying to pop Olofmeister's head off. But he is a lurker while his team are pushing, but the bomb's been spotted, so now G2 know everything that's going on. Smith's gliding on his friend's head, doing some more damage, but no more kills. Scream needs to come in good here. He's got a smoke to hide behind. Look at the flank from Shox. The information play. There's one, and there is another one. 2 players remain for Fnatic. Shox has done his job. Doppler spotted, but Olofmeister, well, I know he was towards B. He's only got a Tech-9 as well. He's on a flank, but with 25 seconds left, he can't go for the stroll here. But he may feel like he has no choice. Oh, the bomb's been picked up. The bomb's rotating. The bomb is down.
Oh, man. If Body misses that shot, I think Olofmeister can basically win the rounds with a kill or 2 there. That is massive. I mean, how did Shox get into that flank? That's just pretty impressive, isn't it? I think he just wrapped around from A-long. So, I mean, Fnatic had to gamble, as, you know, with what positions they could check and so on. And Shox managed to find the blind spot. So really nice double kill from Shox, turned it around. And the 15-6 is the scoreline. So things looking really, really grand at the moment for G2. Delightful, some may say.
Final smoke.
And the push comes into B. Very fast, very rapid push. Fnatic, can they make it work? Can they save themselves?
Body actually went to the angle and took a shot through the tunnel, but then left it immediately. So I think Fnatic just have a hard read that G2 don't really pay attention when they get that smoke down, and they're abusing it, or at least they're trying to. Smith picking off Crim's Twist, looking to flank the high ground where Scream is. And he will do exactly that. Needs to get back onto the site though. Smith is there, and Olofmeister's been picked off. Smith is alone now, so they need to get their double peek on. Both T's in the water. Molotov on the high ground, and Smith's taken out while he looks for the trade fragger. A round on the board for Fnatic. So there's an adjustment G2 need to make when they're putting that smoke down. Is just like, have someone look at it. I mean, they must realize now this is twice where they've deployed that smoke and Fnatic have just run straight through it, knowing that the defense behind is going to be weak.
So how long can they hold on for? That's the question. There's so many match points that they're up against. And this round in of itself is basically a full buy minus 1 rifle. And it's a 5-7 instead, so pretty respectable regardless.
See, now they have RPK in position. He's just holding an angle behind that smoke. So G2 have learned their lesson from the aggressions of Fnatic in that area. And he's in position to re-smoke it as well. Olaf Meis has made his way towards short B. Also, Olaf Meis' position, I feel like I feel like there's something CTs can do here, which is going to take me a while to explain. I'm going to make a video about it at some point, so we'll come to it later. The defense of G2 is falling apart. Smith's caught in no man's land in connector. Nobody to trade for him. Oh, the timing may not work out for Scream. In fact, it went 5 versus 2, and Fnatic comeback to trail is looking pretty good at the moment. The money's broken for the G2 side also. Shoxy needs to go nuclear if he wants to take this match in this round. 1 versus 4 as RPK gets picked off. I was going to say 1 CT per site, but now it's even worse. So while I have a second, Olaf Meis's position, if you guys remember all the way back when G2 were part of Titan, or some of these players were, and Titan had an execute, I think it was Titan, on the B-bomb site of Inferno, where they would throw a flashbang over the roof as they molotoved certain positions. I think it was one of the heated posse positions. So the player would be blind. Oh, no, it was oranges, first or second oranges. The player would be blind and not realize he was on fire and just stand there and fall to the flames. I feel like the same thing is possible when you see a T player moving into short B, or even grenades, because there's a pillar from graffiti where you can bounce grenades off of. And I reckon that there might be some kind of play to be done there with a flashbang. I think a Molotov would work there. Anyway, I'm going to try it out at some point. In the meantime, G2 have lost all their money and they have pistols. Fnatic 7 rounds behind.
Should be an easy one for them to pick up. Shouldn't be too hard to get to 9. But G2's loss menace will start to build, and it's going to be they're going to be coming at Fnatic with more and more as time goes on. So yeah, it's definitely not smooth sailing here for Fnatic. And what was the map after this? It was Dust 2, yeah, it's Dust 2. That's going to be really interesting with these two teams. It's going to be a fun one. So Fnatic just able to clear out most of the players here from G2. G2 aren't a team that's too interested in just sitting there and waiting around, so pushes here, pushes there, pushes everywhere. And does Crims realize that also there was one more player there? And not that the engagement was the same player, both engagements. Okay, well, Crims will find the last one. So 59. Let's see what G2 do now, because they have enough money to go for the buy. And that's what they'll do. So I can only imagine they're going to push the A side of the map. I can just only imagine that's what's going to happen.
G2 on the buy. 5 rifles, body on the M4, everybody else going silent, which is interesting considering at least 3 of these guys play P2000s. Yes, I am a weapons nerd. Molotov's coming in towards a short B position, and Olaf may be headed there, but there's a Molotov that he has to face at the same time. No follow-up smoke, but there's going to be some jump peaks coming in from one of these CTs. Shoxy needs to be careful. Angles being harassed. RPK close to short B, and indeed, I was wondering if a flashbang player was going to come in, but he can't overextend. That door is open. That is a huge problem. If he goes for a deep peek, he's going to be in trouble. Top lane around connector. There's Olaf Meister. No deep peek required. Top lane goes as well. This could be the last round for Fnatic.
Yeah, left for 3 players by Monster. The Hail Mary play to be made through the Monster Tunnel. Perhaps Crims picks up the kill onto body. So all the rotations coming in now. And Fnatic, with a minute left, holding position after that frag. Holding position. Hoping that G2 will offer up somebody else in a let's say, unthoughtful aggression. But G2 so far just holding on to sewers and just waiting to see what Fnatic's move will be. So going to get a grenade, a smoke out of Crims here, all the way onto the B-bomb site. And now the push comes in. The Twist leading the charge, looking for the entry with the orb. Can often work out quite well. Oh, does he miss the timing? But Dennis will not.
That is almost brutal. A man down, both players attack. They've got 15 seconds to plant the bomb, and as they use more time, the CT's reposition. But there's that smoke, the smoke that wasn't there in the pistol when Smith tried to plant. But Smith will stop the plant from going down. 5 seconds of round cannot be won any longer, and Smith will put Dennis out of his misery. 16-9 in favor of G2 on Overpass. The pick of G2, no less.
Yeah, I think relatively expected result. I think for me especially, I mean, the Fnatic, they've not had very good matches so far on Overpass. It's not been too kind to them. G2 definitely in pretty good form at the moment. And we saw all the crazy aggro there. I mean, we kind of predicted it. I mean, stylistically, it works out that they are going to want to fight. We saw a lot of that. Overpass got to 21 or something kills on the first half.
23 kills.
23 kills in the first half. I think he ended up with 28 by the end of the second half. So he didn't really do very well on the second half.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that was really enjoyable Overpass, though, because just the sheer violence of it, when you see the odd game like that, it's just awesome to watch. But when you, I mean, maybe that plays to the strengths of G2 lineup versus lineup, because they just have so much fragging power on their side. And going into Dust 2 as well, it can only get more violent. That's coming up in around 10 minutes, so stay tuned. Top of the hour, it will be the final game between these two teams.